Imagine having to hide tonight in your house with your spouse and children while hearing continual screams, yelling, cries for help, guns firing repeatedly, and the smell of smoke from nearby houses. The next day you see your next-door neighbor dead on the lawn from beatings, and the husband's gone. Some children are alive, but they have been maimed by machetes, and the house is no longer standing. Your brother, who lives down the road, has disappeared, with many other local men and youth, to forcibly join one of the fighting forces or never be seen again. You have 5 acres of land that you are farming to sustain your family and to sell products locally at the market, but you must flee with your family quickly, with nothing, leaving all behind, or risk violence by the militia, government police, or criminal gangs taking advantage of the chaos. This was the reality for thousands of families on Mount Elgon in Kenya between 2006 and 2008. For 2 years, the families on Kenya's Mount Elgon witnessed escalating resistance to a government land grant scheme which allows seizing of land from some and giving it to others. Arguments over the very fertile and well-watered land on the southern slopes of Mount Elgon quickly turned into rebellion and fierce fighting. Farming families were caught in the middle, attacked and blackmailed by a local militia group, terrorized by police, and abused by criminals and vigilante groups. They found it impossible to protect themselves from the horrific abuses, killings, torture, and rapes reportedly committed by both sides. For an estimated 65,000 people, swift departure and leaving all behind was essential. In the last year, after the military finally quelled the insurgency and peace has returned to the mountain slopes, families have been returning. However, already traumatized, repeatedly displaced, vulnerable, and impoverished, they are returning to nothing but bare ground. No houses, animals, tools, or seed to start over. Many aid organizations are providing the various needs. East-West Ministries International is involved by purchasing and delivering supplies to build permanent dwellings, similar to what existed prior to the fighting. We are providing the supplies through our network of local pastors who live on the mountain and a board of believers in Kitale at the base of the mountain. Some provisions go to the pastors for their families. Once the houses are built, they use them for ministry and are able to focus on ministry to those in the area. The local pastors also determine which other families are in greatest need, both believer and non-believer. The building materials enable the pastors to express in a tangible way to each recipient family that Christ followers care for them. The provision also encourages the Christians in the region. Ultimately, such actions provide the opportunity for the church to share the good news about Jesus Christ. In this video, you are seeing faces of those who live on the mountain, watching the purchasing and delivering of the first and second group of supplies, and hearing testimonies of those who have built their homes with the building materials provided.
That lorry came up this way?
Mimi sija ningali naombea East-West Ministries pamoja na wale wafadhili na missionary Brian ambaye alileta hii mwangaza na tumeona kweli mkono